What's up, guys? This is going to be a DBS analyst a commentary video. I'm fortunate enough to have friends who like to proxy cards, and so they proxied an entire set 20 card, or set 20? Yeah, we're set 20. So we have Majin Buu on the right side, and we have Spirit Bomb Vegito on the left side. So it's going to be a pretty interesting match. You'll have to see it for yourself. Okay, so yeah, we start the turn off by tapping one energy on the left side here, and we play Vegeta. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show the cards on the next screen so that you guys know what the cards do, so you guys aren't blindsided. So the leader's ability, what it does is when it attacks, it draws one card. It has a nice base stat of 20k. Let's see if I can view it in a little bit here. So it's a base set of 20k, and so that actually discourages a lot of aggro players to rush him down because he does have 20 attack or 20k base stat. Also, he's forced to awaken around 2 or more energy. It says at the start of any main phase, draw 2 cards and add cards to your life till you have 6. So he quick awakens by the time it's your second turn. So on the back side, he goes down to a 15k and then says when this card attack, draws a card. Very basic, but the only difference is when it's placed, when a card is placed underneath the spirit. Oh, sorry. So before you do this ability, you have to do this ability. So this ability says activate one Spirit Bomb from your deck, shuffle your deck, and negate the skill for the game. So a Spirit Bomb is going to be on the board, and then it says whenever a card is placed underneath a Spirit Bomb in your battle area, you're allowed to rest one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So I'm not sure if there's mechanics that allow you to rest cards on your opponent's turn. And that would be awesome because then you can use this leader's ability as a form of interruption. So here's a Spirit Bomb card. We're going to read this card because it is kind of important to the deck. What it does is it's a field that you can activate from the leader ability, and it says that if your leader is a Son Goku or Vegeta, both yellow, you can switch this card to rest mode, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then place one. So every turn this card is gaining an extra card that goes underneath from the top 3 cards of the deck, and thus making it so that you can get to 7. 7 is the magic number you want to be at. So it says that, or not the magic number, but the number you want to be at because that fulfills your win condition. It says that if it's your turn, activate battle, and your leader is a Son Goku leader, and is in battle, and there are 7 or more cards underneath, you can use all of the battle cards underneath the card, and then with their skills negated, and then you get to use it as combo power to add to the attack. So that's basically a finisher. So yeah. So what we saw so far in this game is that he played the Vegeta and the Hercule. So we're going to actually look at what these cards do. So here it is. So it says while your leader is a yellow Son Goku card and there are 6 or fewer cards underneath the Spirit Bomb, this guy becomes a 15k for only 1 energy, and you're allowed to draw cards. So it's much like the Son Goku Calamity Challenger from back, I don't know what set it was, Cross Spirit set. So it's a pretty cool 1k. The only downside of this is that it is unique, so you can't play another copy. So that allows you to do that. Okay, so here's the Hercule. What it does is that it has unique, and then this card can't be KO'd while in rest mode. That's actually pretty impressive. Most cards are able to be KO'd while it's in rest mode, but this one, even without barrier, is unable to be KO'd. What it also does is that if your leader is yellow and it has both this in its card trait, you can reduce a yellow Dende in your hand by 1 specified color of yellow. So I think the Dende does have a cost of 1 specified yellow, so you can actually just play the Dende for free. So this cheats out the Dende literally for free. His activate main is the reason why you want to play this card. What it does, you want to switch this card to rest mode, and you may choose any number of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode. Or any of your battle cards, not your opponent's. When you do that, for each of the battle cards you switch to rest mode by the skill other than this card, so you can't count itself, you may place the top card of your deck underneath the Spirit Bomb in your battle area. So very thematic. If you guys remember the movie, Hercule is the world champion, so he's able to inspire a lot of people to give up their energy for the Spirit Bomb. I think that came out of the movie or the show, not too sure. So yeah, that's Hercule for you. So we're back to the game now. So that was this side over here. On the right side, we have Majin Buu. Majin Buu likes to go up a chain on your opponent's turn. That's kind of the idea behind this deck. He charges his power to Super Saiyan. I believe most people know what it does. This is a 1-drop. Let's find out what it does. So this is the Majin Buu that is coming out of the set. What it does is limit 1 if your leader is Majin Buu or an Evil Wizard Bobbity card, both yellow. When you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or yellow Evil Wizard Bobbity skills to discard this card, you may actually play this card on the drop. His other ability only works if he's played from the hand. So it says when this card is played from your hand, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and then look for a Majin Buu yellow card that is 6 or less, and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So that's what it does. We see that he taps 1 energy to look at. Oh, actually, he didn't tap. So a common player mistake is not reading the cards. So what it does, he tried to use the activate main ability of your leader, and the activate main. I should tell you guys what they do. So let's go back. So leader here on the front side says when this card attacks, draw 1 card. Activate main. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. And then add 1 Majin Buu that costs 6 or less among them and shuffle your deck. When you add a card from your hand, discard 1 card from your hand. So that's what he does. And then awaken ability is he does it. He awakens at 4 or less. And if you have a yellow Majin Buu Z battle with the energy cost of 2 or more in play, you're able to awaken, quick awaken, basically untap 1, draw 1, and then take life until you have 6 or less. So that seems to be the trend here. On the back side, it says discard 1 yellow card from your hand, and when this card attacks, draw 2 cards. And then auto says if it is your opponent's turn when you play a yellow Majin Buu card, which this deck does, then you could choose one of your opponent's battle card or unison and switch it to rest mode. So that's what it does. Back to the video. Here, yeah, so he makes the classic mistake of being look at top 5 cards here of his deck, and then he picks this card and he discards this card from his hand, thinking that it activates, but it has to trigger only if it's played from hand, so not if it's discarded to the drop area. But that's fine, he doesn't play this deck. This was a borrowed deck, but it was kind of cool to see. Okay, so he decides to attack with the Majin Buu because he is going second, allowing him to give a +1 on the attack, so he takes the attack and draws a card. And see if he takes the damage. He combos away the Majin Buu here so he can Z-charge. It's very important to Z-charge the Majin Buu here as quickly as possible because by turn 2 you want to be able to play out this card. I'll show you guys. Battle card that you want to go out, play on turn 2 is this guy. It also helps you awaken your leader too because he is a specified cost of 2 or more, and he only requires 1 Z energy. So that's really easy for this deck. The Z stack mechanic, if you guys don't know, when you play this card, you take cards from your Z deck and you put it underneath, and the Z cards that you have to put underneath is specified on this card, and it has to be a cost of 1. So when you play this card, you basically play 2 other Majin Buus from underneath, from your extra or your Z deck, and you play it underneath him, and that's what the cool part about him. It says if there are 2 or more cards on this card, you discard 1 or more Majin Buu cards from your hand. This card gains power equal to the total combo cost. So that means if you discard a 10k combo cost Majin Buu, he gets +10, and that's where he gets really cool. So additionally, if this card becomes 20k power or more as a result of discarding any number of Majin Buu, it says discard 1 or more, then that means that your Majin Buu only needs to discard 10k for it to trigger this ability. And then you get to draw a card, in this case it's dual attack. So for 2 energy you have a dual attack 20k that can draw a card and basically do a lot of pressure. So the cool thing about this is that the Z stack mechanic actually allows you to stack this card, which says that while this card is underneath a yellow Majin card with an energy cost of 2 or more, the above card gains barrier. So much like Digimon, where the card underneath actually plays a role in giving a lot of keywords to, or giving keywords or skills or power up, whatever it is, to the card that's above. So you slip this card underneath with the 2-drop. And of course this does have other abilities, but you never really apply those. And then here it is, we have a Majin Buu Heart of Gold. This Sakai does the same thing, but a little bit different. Instead of giving the above card a barrier, he actually makes it so that he can't be KO'd. So really good for blocker, or even if it's in rest mode, it won't be able to get KO'd. And then you have the activate main ability, but you probably never have to do that because you're not going to play this guy out. But you could if you wanted to. So yeah, that's the idea behind the deck, is to play this guy out, help you awaken, and then have 1 energy open for the ready. Okay, so let's go back to the video. Okay, so we're back to the video here, and he's reading the card. We're going to skip ahead. He taps 1 energy. Yeah, he actually taps one energy out to play the Majin Buu out, and he does the ability because that's the legal way of doing it, and he adds another 6 drop to his hand. Okay, so he starts his turn off. He charges to 2, charges a Turles. Yeah, he's able to awaken now because, like I said before, he had to have 2 or more energy. And at the start of any main phase, he awakens, but powers down. Oh, I thought you don't start the game with that?
That's actually a sick ass art. Is it a rare or is it a?
The complement of the art, activate main, you get to play that from the deck. So my guess is if you most likely play 2 copies of this in your deck. In the event that it's in your life, you won't be able to play it. So the second copy comes in handy here. So now he decides to play Kabito Kai for 1 energy. Let's find out. So the Kabito Kai's ability is when this card is played, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Saiyan or Earthling card, both yellow, with energy cost of 4 or less. So that allows you to add actually the super combo, but mainly you want to search for the cards that are part of the engine of this deck. Activate main, limit 1. If your leader is both the Son Goku or, not both says, or, but it has to be both yellow and you have 2 or more energy, you can send this card to the owner's drop area, play 1 yellow battle card with an energy cost of 1 from your deck with the skills negated. So, pretty nifty skill. But mainly you play this so that you can search for your super combo or even Hercule sometimes. So Saiyan and Earthlings, that's a lot of different good yellow cards. The Dende here is, I failed to mention, so the Dende, what it does is if your leader is a yellow Son Goku Z leader and you send 1 yellow battle cards from your drop area to the warp, you're able to play a Earthling token. So why do you want to play tokens that are Earthling? Well, using the Hercule ability that I previously mentioned before, you're able to fill up the Spirit Bomb so that you can start doing the finisher move. So Dende allows you to produce token. He has a keyword barrier, so it allows him to be protected. So you always keep this guy in active mode. And then it gains barrier. The token actually gains barrier into the end of your opponent's next turn. Pretty nifty. Alright, back to the video. Okay, so he plays the Capito guy here. He's searching for the Krillin. And he decides to add. And then now he wants to play the Dende, which has barrier. And then he plays a Hercule. Or maybe he played the Hercule first and then he played the Dende. That makes more sense. Okay, so now he brings out the Dende and they swarm the board. He's using the Spirit Bomb ability to look at the top 3 and put a card underneath it, and the rest go to the deck. There's a card underneath here. Deck. Cool. So now Hercule, seeing that he has 3 battle cards, he decides to rest all 3 of them. So this means that he'll put 2 more cards underneath the Spirit Bomb here. Cool. So now he should have a total of 3 cards underneath his Spirit Bomb. Okay, he plays this one. Unfortunately, he played this card illegally, but I think they caught it in the camera. Yeah, I'll show you why he played illegally. So this card here requires that your opponent has 2 or more energy, but since he decided to go first for this match, or he didn't decide, but he won the die roll, that means that he cannot play this card. But when it does get played, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle card in rest mode, negate its skill, and KO it. So the negating skill might be important for like cards that have indestructible, but yeah, basically who are in rest mode. So Zamasu is like the first thing I can come up with. Anything that says that it has a permanent that says that it can't be removed from the board in any shape or way or form, well, you can negate a skill and then KO it. It also has a really nice stat, 20k with double strike, so really good for mid-range, basically mid-range. He reads the card, he puts it back down, and then he realizes that he can't play it, so he puts it back in his hand. Okay, so he starts his turn off. Okay, so by this turn 2 is when you decide to play the Majin Buu Z battle card, which has a cost of 2 or more, and then we're going to start doing the cool place. Yep. Looks like he decides to use the activate main ability to discard. Yeah. So this came out from being discarded from the activate main ability on the front side. Now he has brought this out, and he puts the Heart of Good and the Heart of Evil underneath him, giving him the both barrier and cannot be KO'd, just as a reminder. Okay, he raised a card here. Now that he has fulfilled the Awakening condition, he's able to untap one, draw one, take life until he has 6, and then, yeah. And here he's explaining what the Activate Main ability is. He's able to get the dual attack from discarding 2 different Majin Boos. Draws 1. Okay. Swings in with the leader here, discards 1 and draws 2. Okay, so he decides to do that. He discards, draws a card, and this has dual attack, which is really cool. Also becomes a 20k. So he decides to go after the leader, not knowing that this Vegeta is a 15k that actually puts pressure. So he uses a 4k to swing at the Dende. And he actually combos to protect the Dende here. Okay, so we move on ahead. He charges at another Spirit Bomb, and that's pretty accurate. He does play 2 copies or more. So it looks like he declares an attack with the leader, and he activates Flying Nimbus. Very old card. Yeah, so it looks like the Majin Buu does a trigger. I did ask that question. If you discard it off Nimbus, it doesn't work. Okay. So he then taps 1 energy to play probably a 1-drop. No, he plays the card that he played last turn. He then KOs the Majin Buu by negating his skill. Unfortunately, he couldn't choose this card because it has barrier. So it looks like he want to go face here. The bad thing about this leader or about this card is that it goes back to being a 10k. So he can actually have gone for this card, and he couldn't have done anything about it. But he's under Nimbus, so most likely he's gonna go for the leader. And with the 6 life, he's gonna take him down to 4 potentially. And he takes the damage, I think. Yeah, he does. So he has 4. Yeah, very very strange. He does make mention that the Spirit Bomb here does not have barrier, but it is a 7-drop, and so this deck is very weak to any cards that might be played that takes out field. So fields are considered to be part of the battle cards or battle area, so even Majin Buu Unadulterated Destruction can actually take this out. So just FYI. Okay, he plays another Kibito Kai here and adds another copy of the Son Goku and Vegeta. And then what happens here? Let's go back a little. Looks like he brings out another Majin, or another Hercule with Vegeta. So he's probably going to activate his ability to rest these 3 to activate this. Yeah. So now he's complete. That's 3. So he only needs 1 more. Wait, that's 3. So he only needs 1 more, and he's able to release the Spirit Bomb on his opponent here. Add a little bit. So being under Nimbus, he passes his turn over, and then now he still has his on here. So he discards 1 card, and so the card that he discarded was the 8-drop. The 8-drop does have a discard ability, so we're gonna go review that real quick. So here's the 8-drop that he discarded. So what it says is it's called Majin Buu Vile Onslaught. It's a really good card, but the issue is that you have to wait till you have 4 or more energy to play this guy. But he has a cooler ability, no pun intended. It says that when you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or yellow evil wizards to discard this card from your hand, you can actually switch one of your opponent's battle card to rest mode. So that's a limit 1. So that's the ability he's using. We'll go over this skill a little bit later after the video. There's a really cool combo with him, but yeah, next video. So yeah, so he discarded this card using this ability, and he was able to rest Vegeta, I believe,
Like, what the hell is that?
I'm surprised you don't know that.
and he discards a card. And the cool thing is this is a 10k combo, and then that 10k combo actually makes this guy 20k, so it procs the additional abilities to be able to draw and dual attack. So he declares an attack, and he responds with freezes armor reinforcement to negate the attack. Okay, and then that takes him down to, I believe, 4 or 3. Can't tell because it's all white. So now he plays a 1-drop here, and he responds with this Vegito. This Vegito is a pretty good card. Let's find out what it does. So this Vegito, what it does is it's called that. It's an 8-drop, but it's a counterplay that you can reduce if your opponent has 2 or more energy, and you have 2 or more Z energy. So there's 2 conditions for this card to reduce, and then he has a counterplay ability. The reduction brings him down to 1, so you can only pay 1 energy. Has a lot of cool abilities. First off, when he's played from your hand, your opponent can't attack with non-leader cards unless they choose one of their active mode cards and switch to rest mode. So much like Robotic Riposte, he's able to rest or cause like a floodgate to where your opponent has to rest cards if they want to attack more. Additionally, what was my other? Yeah, so additionally, it's not like a riposte because it requires that they can't attack with a non-leader, whereas riposte requires that, if they attack with the unison, they don't have to be taxed. It's just the leader skill. Additionally, what you can do is at the end of the turn, you can send this card to the owner's warp, and if your leader is a Z leader, your leader gains the permanent negate all of your opponent's strike skills for the turn. So really cool, I think. It does. So now he's reading the card here. And if he wants to swing again with his 2 costs, he's going to have to rest an energy.
He has like a... Yeah.
So he decides to swing with the leader, I believe.
Yellow has like a brace.
But he didn't rest anything. Weird. Okay, so he passes his turn, leaving 2 energy open. He has 2 or 3 life left. He decides to do it with the turn. He decides to Z awaken right away. Now that the Spirit Bomb now has 7, basically 7 cards underneath, the Spirit Bomb is actually live now, and so that allows you to Z awaken, or I think you can Z awaken regardless. The Z leader here costs 2 energy, and then 1 energy here. You can only activate if you have 4 less life, so it makes sense why he was taking all the damage. It has a Z stack, so the one you want to put underneath the Goku here is this one right here. We'll get to that later. And what it does is it places 1 card from your hand underneath the Spirit Ball and draw 2. So that's actually a pretty cool skill here. What you could do is, I guess, what you can do is swing on the with this ability, swing with this leader, draw a card, and then Z awaken, and then use the activate main to draw additionally 2 cards by placing more cards underneath the Spirit Ball. Pretty strong. And then the activate main is if you have 7 or more cards underneath the Spirit Bomb, remove this card from the game and then place the Son Goku Z leader from underneath your leader. So that's the Z stack we were talking about. So once he's underneath, you place him on top, and then when he attacks you, also draw a card. But the cool thing about him is that you play it in active mode, so that gives it a dual attack. So this is now in active mode, and so when it does swing, it does quite a lot. So it says, while there are 7 more cards in your combo area and this card is in battle, negate the skills of all cards in your opponent's combo area. That means no super combo can be activated, which means the base, whatever the base combo power is going to be applied, and if it's 0 for a super combo, it's going to be 0, unfortunately for them. And it says when this card attacks, draw 1 card. So you're able to draw a card on top of this with a base of 20, and then if there's 7 or more in the cards in your combo area and this card is in battle, it gains double strike until the end of the battle. And then after that, you remove this card from the game. So that's the idea. So I think that's what he's going to try to do in this game, is try to make his leader swing for double strike here. Okay, so he swings in here for 25. The super combo. Comes with that. Cool.
That's at the end, right?
Rest something since you played a Majin on your
play a Majin, I rest this cocksucker.
So he rests him. So the cool thing about this, yeah, if I remember correctly, if you play a Majin Buu on your opponent's turn, you're able to rest something. So and he did that. He played this guy.
If he wants.
Let's read what this guy does. So this is the card that he comboed on his opponent's turn. What it does is if it's comboed and there's a Majin Buu with a energy cost of 2 or less, at the end of battle with this combo you can play it on top of the card from the drop in active mode. So why is it a significance that it's in active mode? Well, it's a blocker. And the cool thing about the Heart of Evil, the Heart of Evil and the Heart of Good, the Heart of Evil actually gives the above card barrier, and the Heart of Good actually makes it so they can be KO'd. So this gives the blocker barrier, and it can't be KO'd. So that allows them to chump block in another attack. Really cool control deck for sure. Okay, we're back here again. So now we're here. He decides to take on his turn again.
It only does double strike.
So he does have 4 life, so he's gonna have to worry about taking the last 2 down, so that the Spirit Bomb double strike can finish him off.
Doesn't he have like triple attack or something?
Okay, so he plays this card. It's a, I don't know what it is. Let's find out. So here's the cards that he played. It was an 8 drop. You can probably cheat him out though. Yeah, for 2 yellow energy, if your leader is a Z yellow, or you have a Z battle card, and your opponent has 3 or more energy, which he does, play this card, and if a yellow extra card is in your battle area, you draw a card. So he's a 30k base stat with deflect, and it says when this card attacks, choose one card. Choose one. Choose one of your opponent's card, ignoring barrier, and switch parts. Wow, so that's actually pretty good because this card can actually rest energy, or you can actually just KO one of your opponent's battle card in rest mode. Additionally, in limit 1, if all cards in your battle area are in rest mode, all cards in your battle area switch this card to active mode. Wow, that's pretty good. So this is basically a dual attack, and it allows you to rest your opponent's energy, and this skill here is not once per turn, so pretty good, allowing you to rest 2 energy on your opponent's side on your turn so that you can hit harder. Wow, pretty good. Yellow definitely got a boost. Okay, so we're here. We play this card, so if he intends on attacking, he's going to be able to rest at 1 energy. So hitting for 30k here, he takes the damage instead of comboing out.
You don't have to rest 1, right?
You rest him, and by resting him, I choose to rest these.
So in order for him to restand this, he needs to have all his battle cards in rest mode, and Hercule has to be on the, well, happens to be on the board here to allow that condition to be fulfilled.
And by doing that, I have 3 cards.
So he's gonna put 3 more cards underneath the Spirit Bomb here.
Spirit Bomb.
So even making the Spirit Bomb past 7 is pretty impressive. Okay. So now he swings, he restands, and now he swings in.
Cards.
I'll switch that.
Well, first the negate step, right?
Yeah, negate.
So he asks for negation step here.
Switch your last energy to rest mode.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so the energy goes to rest mode, and then he swings in here.
Let's go.
What's my worst? I want.
Do ya blast.
So now the combo step is happening. Let's see if he wants a combo. And he does. So he combos the Son Goku and Piccolo. So that's going to bump him up to, I believe, 60k.
Yeah, he has 5 in the leader, yeah.
And he was able to combo this for free because he has 5 things in rest mode.
I feel like that's good enough.
What if he has his own?
I feel like that might
So he takes the channel. Okay, so this is definitely in lethal zone because now he's able to awaken to the Z leader without even attacking with this.
Oh my goodness.
And that Spirit Bomb is going to be dropped heavy on this.
No.
leader.
This is what's gonna happen.
But that's next turn.
No.
This turn.
This turn.
Restands. So the leader ability is if you have 7 or more cards in your Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty, this is going to be a painful awakening.
From under this leader on top.
He does have 2. I panned the camera over there on purpose.
Alright, let's see the bomb. Let's see the bomb.
So now he plays it in active mode. Here goes.
Alright, and then so the Spirit Bomb says activate battle. It's your turn, and your Son Goku leader is in a battle, and there's 7 more cards on this card. Use all the battle cards from this under this card in a combo with your skills negated, and then place them in the drop.
The skill's negated, so no super combos.
Yeah.
There goes.
And then he gets double strike.
So he's laughing because he thinks he can out combo this, but it's funny because this is gonna hit pretty hard.
You gotta play that music though. You gotta play that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll play the music for you guys.
Crazy deck.
Definitely gonna have it. Trust me.
10, 20, 30, 45. So
That's it?
65.
Oh, let's say.
So this has a 45 base without even comboing yet from his hand yet.
Oh, actually, he used
He
one.
searched one.
Should I really play this out?
Yeah.
45, 55,
55,
55.
65.
Brian's like in front of the spirit bomb trying to like push it back.
You look like Kid Buu right now.
Push it back. You're gonna be hugging the spirit bomb, Brian. Hug that spirit bomb, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna hug it for sure.
5.
That's it?
That's
After all that?
What is that? That's
105?
125.
Oh, you're not including it.
Yeah, I'm not including.
Yeah, so this is gonna hit for 125, but I don't think he knows that he can't actually use this, the super combo abilities because it says if there's like 7 or more battle cards that came underneath the spirit bomb, he can't. It negates the skill of all of his combo.
It's double strike.
Don't have skills.
Oh, so no super
My combos.
Oh, his combos.
Yeah,
I'd be like, oh, that's broken.
No, I think it might
Yeah,
be,
so it's gonna be both,
you
so.
might be right.
That'll negate the
Enough, Brian.
So that's how much he was able to combo.
Not enough, Brian.
So this was how much did he combo up to actually? I'm actually kind of curious.
That'll negate the skills of all cards in your opponent's combo area.
Alright, GG. Let's move on to the next.
I wouldn't even let that happen.
Just flash this guy. No, you can't even do it. No, flash only works on battle cards.
All right, so that's what is it? 35,
Do they have base to
45, 55, 65,
Not enough.
75, 85, 90. Yeah, not enough.